All right, guys. So we got to talk about Kamala Harris's rally that took place last night in Atlanta, Georgia, because I have quite a few things that I want to say about that entire situation, and it is getting a lot of backlash, not only from the Republicans, obviously, but it is also getting a lot of backlash specifically from Black people, and you may not directly see that because what the left media will do is because they want Kamala Harris to win, they're only going to put up people who have nice things to say about her. They're not going to put up people who are just absolutely, just straight up honest about what they saw, which is what I am. One of the things that I try to do on this channel, why this channel exists, is I brand myself as an honest Democrat. Yes, I'm a Democrat. Yes, I am not a fan of Donald Trump at all. However, that doesn't mean that I'm in a cult. They always say that, oh, the people who like Trump are in a cult. And I do believe that some of the people who love Trump are in a cult. I do believe that. However, I think it goes both ways. I think a lot of the Kamala Harris and Biden supporters are in the code as well. They think that Biden could do no wrong, Kamala Harris could do no wrong, and any single thing that they do that offends them or makes them cringe a little bit, they just completely ignore and they just say, oh, shut up, be quiet, vote for Kamala Harris. I'm not that type of person. I criticize both parties because I think that both parties have their issues. And today we're criticizing Kamala Harris because that campaign rally last night was an absolute disaster, and I'm not the only one that feels that way, okay? So let's just look at the comments. So, first off, I actually watched the campaign rally live. I was literally on the basketball court shooting around, and I get the notifications for Kamala Harris's channel. The rally came on. I sat on the bench for like 30 minutes and watched it. And I saw Thee Stallion performing. That was awful. I got to see a little bit of Kamala Harris's speech. It was good for the most part, but there were some parts that I did not enjoy at all. So anyway, this is Spiritual Word, okay? They have a huge following on Instagram. This is one of those black blogs that literally their entire audience is black people. And so I like to go to some of these blogs on Instagram because I like to kind of get a feel for how black people are feeling and what they're saying. And literally, it's strictly mostly black people who follow and consume the content on Spiritual Word. So let me just go ahead and go to this real quick. Okay, good. The video's on mute. Let's just look at some of the comments under the Spiritual Word post. So basically what happened was Thee Stallion performed and she did the whole ratchet stripper, whole performance thing. She's shaking her butt. She's dancing all provocatively, got a little bit of skin show. I mean, she dressed pretty professional for the most part. She didn't show up half naked like she normally does at her shows. But anyway, the performance was still terrible. She performed the song Body Yaddy Yaddy while she's shaking her butt and doing all this stuff, just literally acting like a stripper, which I don't think is appropriate for a campaign rally. Now, I'm not hating on her. I get it. This is how you make your money. If that's what you want to do, go do that somewhere else, with your little, your fans or whatever. But at a political rally, I just thought this was extremely inappropriate. I thought it was ghetto. I thought it was trashy. I thought it was a terrible representation of the person who I hope will become the next president of the United States. I just thought that was terrible. I mean, would you have her come to the White House and do that? You probably wouldn't, right? So why would you have her come and do this at a campaign rally? So anyway, here's what some of the comments were saying. One person says, "This is sad. Vote Trump, guys." And then this other person says, this is exactly why I'm a registered Republican. Keep in mind, these are all black people, y'all. Just so y'all know, these are all black people. You can literally see the profile picture. There's not a white person in sight. So you can't say that it's racism or, oh, they're being prejudiced. And that's one thing that I need you guys to understand. Black people are not a monolith. We do not all think the same. There is a big faction of black people, including myself. I am a part of that faction, who is absolutely repulsed and disgusted by this. We do not support this at all. This is embarrassing. This should never happen at a political rally. This is a joke, okay? So let's continue to read some of the comments here. So somebody says, grade A pandering. This is the perfect example of know your audience. Let's see. Somebody said we actually didn't need this at all. Somebody said, what the hell is happening in America? Somebody said, this ain't it. Wrong time and place. This is cringe, and I'm low-key embarrassed. I agree. I am embarrassed as well. Somebody said, damn, Mary J. Blige wasn't available. Exactly. Like, you couldn't have got Jill Scott or Beyonce or Lauryn Hill or something. You had to get just the absolute most degenerate person you could find. I mean, the only person I can think of that's worse than this will be Sexy Red. That's really about it. Like, this is crazy. Somebody said, every day I feel like America should be a reality show. This is not the time for a BET concert. I agree. So anyway, so you got that situation, right? You got that. And here's a video. I guess I'm not going to play it anymore, but, you know, Meg Thee Stallion literally performed the whole stripper routine, shaking her butt everywhere, dancing all provocatively or whatever, being extremely promiscuous on stage. And, you know, a lot of people were not feeling that at all. And you know what's funny? If you actually look at the crowd closely, if you look at some of these video clips and you look at the crowd, you can actually tell that a lot of people in the crowd were not feeling it either. Let me take you guys to another pretty big moment that happened in the rally yesterday that I was not a fan of. I hate it when these politicians, Hillary did it in 2016, and of course Hillary lost, but Hillary did do it. You know, Hillary was going to, you know, to different rallies and speaking engagements and just not being herself, trying to say things that kind of sound and act black or kind of ingratiate herself in black culture, but it just doesn't really work. Like, you just got to be yourself, man. You just got to. So anyway, this is the cringe moment that Kamala Harris did. Let's go ahead and play the clip.
Donald Trump, on the other hand, has been talking a big game about securing our border, but he does not walk the walk. Or as my friend Quavo would say, he does not walk it like he talks it.
Absolutely a 100% embarrassing. Cringe, disgusting, embarrassing, lame. That joke wasn't funny. It doesn't fit her. And then she's talking about, as my friend Quavo would say, you probably just met him today or yesterday. You probably just met him. Talking about your friend. As my friend Quavo would say, he does not walk it like he talks it. And then you got a few black people in the crowd that are cheering. But if you really look, most of the black people were not feeling that lame stuff. Like, girl, you were at a campaign political rally. Talk about policy. I don't want to hear nothing about some mediocre lyrics from some dumb rapper. I don't care. I don't want to hear Quavo's, he doesn't walk it like he talks it. Oh my God. Ha ha. It was terrible. Let me show you guys something else that was funny, because I actually watched this live. And I remember when I saw this live, only thing I kept noticing was this white dude right behind her who had the sign that says Kamala behind it. Now, we're going to play this again, and I want you guys to just look at the white dude, okay? Let's zoom in. Just don't look at Kamala. Look at the white dude the entire time this is happening, okay? Here we go.
Donald Trump, on the other hand...
Matter of fact, I'll put it on mute so I can give my commentary. So if you look at Kamala Harris, she's saying her part. Look at the white dude. Look at the white dude. And then what you're going to notice is when she says the walk it like I talk it line, all the black people are going to cheer. He's just going to sit there smiling right now. Look at all the black people cheering. Look at the white dude. He doesn't know what's going on. He has no idea what she just said. He has no idea. You know what this is? This is like, this guy is like, he's thinking in his head, I have no idea what's going on. I have no idea what she's talking about. But I'm white dude. I'm with the white dudes for Kamala Harris club, so I'm just gonna smile. I'm just gonna act like I know what's going on, even though I have no idea. Like, this is terrible. This is so cringe. Just be yourself. It doesn't even fit Kamala. Now, don't get me wrong. Kamala's a black woman. I'm not one of those crazy people who's like, oh, Kamala's not black, blah, blah, blah. No, Kamala's black. But just because you're black, again, black people are not a monolith. Not every black person can dance. Not every black person speaks in Ebonics. Not every black person is ghetto. Everybody's different. Kamala Harris just doesn't have that swag to her. You know, she just doesn't. She doesn't have that. She doesn't have that where she could do the whole, you know, the rap lyrics and all that. I feel like Obama might be able to get away with that. I don't remember if Obama ever did it, but Obama would more so be able to get away with it. She just can't. It just doesn't fit. Like, we know dang well you don't listen to Quavo and the Migos. We can tell. We could tell by how you behave and act and walk. And we just know. Like, you know, it's getting ridiculous. So last thing I want to say is, and I think this is extremely important, I don't know if you guys have noticed this. Trump is slowly appealing to black men. This is a fact. You can go look it up. They're already projecting that, you know, I think in 2020, if I'm not mistaken, I think Trump got like 12% of the black vote. I'm sorry, not black vote, black male vote. They are now projecting that Trump in 2024 will probably get anywhere between 18 to 22% of the black male vote. And I'm not going to lie to you. You guys know I'm a content creator. I pay attention to all of the different chats. I look at the red pill community. I look at other black creators. I look at all these different things. I am noticing a lot of black men online who are very strongly saying that they're going to vote for Donald Trump. And there's a multitude of different reasons why they're not supporting the Democrats anymore. But I think one of the biggest reasons is they're just tired of the embracing of the stripper culture. They're tired of it. They're tired of the hoe culture. You know, when you say hoes for Kamala Harris, with some black men, it's a turnoff for them. They just can't get with that. They don't like that. They don't like this whole be a hoe, be who you are, go on stage and shake your butt, go to the White House and be ratchet. There's a growing faction of black men who don't like it. And because of some of this stuff, that's not the only issue. That's just one of the issues. But the bottom line is, because of some of these things that are taking place in the Democratic Party, it is pushing some black men away to go vote Republican. It's getting to the point where some black men are like, okay, fine. There are some things that Trump has that I don't agree with. But you know what? If I go to the Trump side or if I vote Republican, I don't got to worry about you having some stripper, half-naked rapper on stage absolutely embarrassing herself and making all of us look like a fool. I'm just telling you guys like it is. I know black men personally in my life who are now voting Republican. They used to be Democrats. They flipped Republican. Maybe some of you guys can relate to that. But the bottom line is, this needs to stop. Conduct yourself like somebody who's running for the highest office in the land. Stop the embarrassment. We're the only country that does this foolishness. You're never going to see France do that. France would never, when they're running to become the president of France or the president of the UK or the president of the Netherlands or Denmark or whatever other country, you would never see their president while they're running have some stripper on stage, some glorified, hoe, glorified prostitute, because that's all that whole thing is. But I'm not even going to get into that. But that's all you're having. They wouldn't have these people on stage twerking and doing all this while you're running for office. Like, what are you doing? You're running for the highest office in the land. And I know I can't be the only one who feels this way, but if I am, so be it. I'm going to speak my mind. That's how I feel. You got to stop this if you want to get more black men or keep black men, because I'm telling you, black men, a lot of them, not all, obviously. Obviously, there are some black men who are okay with this, unfortunately and sadly, but there are some black men who don't like it. They just don't. Stop it. Stop the pandering. You're going to get the black woman vote anyway. You don't have to pander and do this whole hotties for Kamala Harris and all that. You don't have to do that. Black women are going to vote for you anyway. Just be yourself. Stop the pandering and just be yourself, okay? Anyway, that's today's video. That's all I had to say. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you guys in the next one.